All right, thank you. And good day, and welcome to the premiere episode of A Little Bit of Everything and All Things Possible. I'm Christina Crowley, and I am the host of this podcast, and I'm glad you're here and listening to this. What I'm going to do in this podcast is give you just a little overview of what I'm like, what the podcast is going to be like, who I am, and what's going to be coming up in my podcast. I call it a little bit of everything and all things possible because that is on my website. That is one of my main mottos of my life and how I live my life. I do believe I enjoy a little bit of everything and all things possible, and I believe that all things are possible, and not in the sense that I want to become a football player or go be an astronaut, but in the sense that what I set my mind to, all things are possible, and I've really experienced a lot of that in my life, and it carries through to everything, and that will be some of the things we talk about. And the little bit of everything will include things that are my interests, a little bit about me being an entrepreneur, my online businesses. I grew up in a big family. I'm number 8 of 8, and I've had many, many things influence me, and I believe in self-development and the law of attraction. I believe in life laws, and we're going to talk a lot about that, especially the law of attraction. I believe people misunderstand. Add a little bit of action to it, and you better know what you want because you're going to get it. I always say on my Twitter account, you must be careful what you ask for because you will get it. Everything that you ask for, you will get it. You say, I don't want that, whatever. That is usually what comes back to you, what you get. That's something we're going to talk about. And I believe fun is possible, and it is vital to life. You must have fun to have a healthy, good life, and being positive is essential to that health. I do believe being positive doesn't mean being Sally Sunshine, but it affects the way you move, and we're going to explore that too. And I believe that always doing your best pays off in the long run. Always. Knowing where you draw the line in your life is another thing that I really want to talk about. People don't really decide where they're going to draw the line. So also, who do you love? What do you love? Do you love travel, books? Do you love roses? What do you love in your life? And having something that you love in your life is very, very important. And we're going to talk about sometimes having to push through being scared, having to push through a little bit of pain, a little bit of growth is very, very important. Parents like my parents, they kind of pushed me out there at one point or two of my life and let me sink or swim. I always knew I had that kind of a security with them, but having to sink or swim is it's a process of life. And I'm going to have guests. I'm going to have guests to this. I'm going to talk with many people who've influenced me in my life, and I'm also going to bring them in for the discussion on the all things possible and the little bit of everything. I think that there are so many people who have influenced me. We're going to talk to them. We're going to get their perspective on life, and it's going to be a fun, good time. So let me know what you like, what you think, and more than that, you can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. That's what my mom always said. We're going into a time here in the U.S. where nastiness is just prevalent. That's all I see on my Facebook. But I really want this to be a positive, uplifting podcast. This is something where you can get a good, unique perspective, and I'm not going to be down on people. All things are positive, and our things are possible. You're going to get a little bit of everything. So come join me weekly, or more than weekly. I'm going to put these podcasts up. It's going to be through iTunes. Come visit my site, read, write, express yourself. And if you have a point of view, if you have something you want to talk about, let me know, and let's get you on the show and see if we just can't make all things possible in your life and enjoy the life. So that's all for now. It's going to be a real short podcast, and thanks so much for enjoying this, joining me, and It's the premier podcast of All Things Possible and a little bit of everything with Christina Crowley. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.